WOW. Wow. In the last, 1 hour, the season of football has been decided. Manchester City won the Premier League. And it was very, very close. In fact, I think Liverpool deserved to win that. Arsenal got Europa League, Tottenham got Champions League. AC Milan are winning 3-0 at Sassuolo. Then they've basically won the Serie A. And also, for my good old friend Josh, Burnley's relegated. Now, I do feel bad, but we should kind of prank him, Everyone in the live chat right now, right? Wait, Josh, so is Burnley winning the Premier League? Now, if you missed the live watch along against Torino, Josh did say that if Burnley stayed up, then they would win the Premier League next season. So everyone now, right in the live chat, and we'll send him a picture. Wait, Josh, so is Burnley winning the Prem next season? Everyone do it. Because, yeah, we should wind him up a bit. We should. Burnley relegated, City champions of England, AC Milan champions of Italy. Basically, we've got like half an hour to go in that match. But they're winning 3-0. They can even draw that match. So AC Milan back winning the Serie A. In the last hour, basically, football's been decided. The season of football has been decided. But today, obviously, we aren't talking about that as much as we wish. Seeing all these trophies, then the anticipation for Wednesday is building up 100%. And hopefully Wednesday it will be our turn to lift the trophy, which, as I always say, I love to emphasize it, is missing for quite a long while. So hopefully on Wednesday it is our turn to lift the trophy. But tomorrow we'll start talking about that match. Today, I want to talk about Mkhitaryan because it's something which we need to talk about because Mkhitaryan is one of our best players in the team. Now, we've said it many times how much Mkhitaryan is the creative part of this team. We've said it many times what Mkhitaryan brings to this team. And we have also seen, what this team is without Mkhitaryan. So talking about Mkhitaryan today is a must because lately we do have quite a lot to talk about when it comes to Mkhitaryan's new contract. Now, we were talking a while back about Mkhitaryan basically being very close to renewing his contract because starting from I think July, Mkhitaryan is actually a free agent. So teams could get him. Could get him like that, in a matter of seconds. So Mkhitaryan's renewal of contract does allow him to stay longer and to continue with this club. Now, a few months ago, the contract when it comes to Mkhitaryan was basically 99% done. Like, no joke. We're talking about what? I remember us talking about Mkhitaryan's contract. I feel like it was around February. Those months, those cold months. It was like Mkhitaryan's deal was, I wouldn't say 100% done, but 90% done, convinced. Then some things started happening in these latest weeks, where, in fact, Lazio tried to buy Mkhitaryan as a free agent this summer, which is mental, but we've seen it with Pedro. There were rumors of Lazio wanting Mkhitaryan, which I find absolutely crazy, especially because what do they think this is? Like trade between the two biggest, one of the biggest rivalries in Italy? Nah, just stop this. Pedro's an exception, but not now every season. No, so the Tito should understand that. So now the Lazio rumor has kind of faded away, and now there's something else which is popping up, which is Inter Milan being interested in Mkhitaryan. Now, we have a lot of teams interested in Mkhitaryan for the simple reason being that he is a free agent. Because, I'll be honest with you, unless you're a team like Lazio, which, I think, let me phrase it this way. The only reason why Inter Milan, who next season will be fighting for the league, fought for the league this season, won the league last year, I think the only reason why they were interested in buying him was because he's a free agent. Like, realistically speaking, I could not see Inter Milan when they do have, a bigger budget than other teams. Yes, they do need to sell players, to buy players this summer, But I can't see Inter Milan having a higher budget than many teams in this area, pointing their eyes on someone who is almost about to end their career when they could go for the likes of younger players. So I would say that the only reason why Inter Milan are interested in him is because he's a free agent. This is why we need to accelerate Mkhitaryan's renewal of contract, because Mkhitaryan is a player which we need to keep. I'll say it again for people who enter the live stream right now. Mkhitaryan this season has been the only creative player in this team. In fact, we have seen this team without him. Now, yes, Pellegrini can be creative, but Pellegrini is never consistent. Mkhitaryan, yes, as you can see from the stats, hasn't got amazing stats. He scored 5 goals in the Serie A, he scored 0 goals in the Conference League, and he assisted 8 times throughout this entire season, including Coppa Italia, Conference League, and Serie A. At the end of the day, the statistics don't show that he is a massive player. But to the limits of this team, he's a very important player. And I think he's one of the players which kind of counteracts the statistics, because we ourselves have seen what the team is like without Mkhitaryan. We have seen it many times. There is no aspect of creativeness and just imagination in the team when Mkhitaryan doesn't start. And that is a massive problem when it comes to, entering the new season. Because, next season we will need to start, we need to fight for top 4. Next season we'll be playing in the Europa League. And, this is a good chance to, look at all the teams in Europa League which have qualified. Yes, some championships, like the Northern European Championships, the Danish, the Swedish, and all those championships still need to come to an end. But if we look at the Premier League, look at this. Arsenal United are in the Europa League. If you look at the Spanish League, Real Betis and Real Sociedad are in it. And they are good teams. In the Bundesliga, we've got Union Berlin. In League 1, we've got Rennes or Monaco if they fail to get in the Champions League using the qualifiers. We have got top quality teams playing in the Europa League next season. If we present ourselves in a Europa League without a creative player, then that is the equivalent of saying to everyone else, I am not interested in winning the Europa League. Yes, we won't be the favourites like we were in the Conference League this season. Yes, it will be 10 times harder than what we've done this season with the Conference League. But let's not remember that last year we got in a semi-final of Europa League. The momentum in these European championships, yes, we might not be the best team, but we have the momentum. We know how to get through in big parts of the tournament. Final this year in the Conference League, semi-final last year in the Europa League, semi-final in the Champions League a few years ago. We know, even though we don't have the best of teams, how to kind of dig our ways in these last rounds of European tournaments. But if we don't have a creative player, then I find it very hard for us to do to kind of show everyone that we might do what we did in last season in the Europa League or even top 4. I think Mkhitaryan is a player to renew our contract, because I think what is going on right now, why there has been this kind of slowed down reaction in compared to a few months ago when the Mkhitaryan renewal of contract was basically 90% done. I'm going to say it, and this is something I've thought about over the course of these last couple months. Not months, weeks, sorry for that. The only reason why we aren't renewing Mkhitaryan's contract right now, I'm telling you, I'm guaranteeing it to you, is because we're tempted to buy Dybala. Because don't get me wrong, the second we buy Dybala, if we were to buy Dybala, which is hard, which is, it's a hard deal, but I think the fact that so many people are talking about Dybala to Roma has kind of put, right, I've been linked to Dybala, I can get Dybala, he's a free agent. He is convinced about the project, he's convinced about the manager, Totti will speak with him tomorrow. I've got that tangent in my mind. If that goes to, to a good end, then Mkhitaryan's renewal, I'd say we could get our way without renewing his contract. But you see, this is another risk, because if we don't renew Mkhitaryan's contract right now, then he's a free agent, meaning teams can buy him, and then if we don't buy players like Dybala, then we're left with what? We are risking it once again. And this is why better to just renew his contract right now. Renew his contract for 1/2 more years. And then if we were to renew his contract and get potentially, this is hard, just aware, and we were to potentially get Dybala, then that is a massive improvement in squad depth. 100%. So always better not to risk it. He's a player which doesn't earn the most amount of money in this team. So he loves the club, he wants the renewal. I can't see him starting at Inter Milan just because he is coming towards the end of his career, and I think Inter Milan have got the budget to buy bigger players. He's got the faith back from Mourinho, and Mourinho said in many interviews how much Mkhitaryan has an important role in this team. He has all of that. And yet, I think renewing Mkhitaryan's contract for even 1 year, I think would be great. In fact, this leads me on to talk about, if we were to renew his contract, what renewal of contract should it be? And I would 100% say, don't renew his contract for more than 2 years. Because Mkhitaryan is at that stage of his career where he can play 1, maybe 2 more years of professional good football, and then we will see him in other leagues, like the American League, or like the Chinese League, or like those Arabian leagues, or even the Russian leagues. Like major Russian teams were interested in Mkhitaryan. I know Lokomotiv Moscow was interested in him, and CSKA Moscow. CSKA Moscow was interested in him. But I think that kind of tangent of him moving towards the Russian clubs has definitely been slowed down by what UEFA is doing with the Russian clubs. Russian clubs, for any people who don't know this, are banned from European tournaments next season for sure, and potentially even in next season as well. So why would Mkhitaryan go to a league where he's shown everyone that he can still play 1-2 years of professional football? Why would he go to a league to just play in the Russian league? I think Mkhitaryan wants to play the Europa League, maybe the Champions League, for at least 1 more year. This is why renewing the Mkhitaryan's contract needs to be a short thing. 1 year would be perfect. 2 years would be great, but nothing more than that. Because more than that would kind of be giving him wages which are useless. Because, realistically speaking, I love Mkhitaryan, but in 2 years, he will not be the same player as he is now. That's just life. He is, what's his age? He's 33 right now. Next season he'll be 34. Next season he will be 35. After that, 36 years old. That is the perfect age to go to America, to go to Arabia, to go to China, these leagues. But 1 year I think would be great. And just to avoid entering the transfer market with an immediate risk in our hearts, because I'm going to say it again, I really think the fact that we've slowed down Mkhitaryan's renewal is because the Friedkins are tempted to bring a good player to Mourinho, like Dybala. But that is not 100%, done. That, in fact, is, if we were to scale it down to percentages, I'd say there's a higher percentage of Dybala not joining Roma than there is of him joining Roma. So we can't base our transfer market on buying Dybala. It would be great to buy Dybala, and obviously if we were to buy Dybala, then Mkhitaryan, if not sold, would definitely be the second option, and improve the squad depth. Because I think if Dybala comes, we would see Pellegrini, Dybala, and Tammy starting. Yes, Dybala is injury prone. He will get his injuries. Mkhitaryan can get subbed in, and then the big question is Zaniolo. But I think we have a situation in which we need to renew Mkhitaryan's contract. There are going to be further talks going on after Wednesday, where the season will officially be over. And after Wednesday, not just Mkhitaryan, there will be talks going on with Zaniolo as well. I think, after Wednesday's final, and the transfer market really get a good perspective. And I think after that final, we will be able to re-talk about this topic and Zaniolo's topic more confident, because the Roma said, the Fragrance have said, and Thiago Pinto have said that there are going to be more talks going on with Dybala and also other player and their agents after the final. Right now, the concentration is on that, and I don't blame them, because a trophy, seeing all these teams today, seeing Milan lift the trophy in about 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I want to get a trophy as well. It's giving me those, I want a trophy as well. So yes, it's Conference League, who cares? Let's lift it, it will be amazing. Conference League is still Conference League. I've said it many times, but yeah, I think that's the current situation. Now, let's just look at, should we... Yeah, Inter Milan are winning 3-0 against Sampdoria. But that is useless because AC Milan are winning 3-0 against Sassuolo. I think AC Milan deserved it. I really do think they deserved it. And I am glad that AC Milan won, because I think it makes it a more interesting league. Last season it was Inter Milan. This year it's AC Milan. I feel like the Serie A is coming back after a complete Juventus a complete Juventus siege over the Serie A. I think in these latest years, the Serie A is starting to get more competitive again. So I am happy that AC Milan are winning it. I think every new team is always great, and I think AC Milan have got a great team. And what they've gone through is something which, as I said already, we need to kind of imitate, because they were a team which were atrocious like 3 years ago. They lost long. They were playing against Bodo Glimt as well 3 years ago. Yeah, that is it. And I think the players they bought, the investments they had, Leao, the best player in the league, in my opinion, Tomori, all of these players, Tonali, and bringing back Giroud, who now scores again today, looks like he's in his prime again. And I think it's a project which we need to imitate, because they've done a significant step forwards. They've won the Serie, not mathematically, but they are going to win the Serie in like 10 minutes. So yeah, I'll end the stream and I will go and check what AC Milan's lifting of the trophy. But let me read some comments before. Mickey ain't going nowhere, he needs to stay, says Chaturango Fernando. Thank you very much for the support. Josh is brilliantly winning the... Right, lads and lasses, gone. Last minutes of the live stream, keep on doing it. Keep on, like Coach Yalala did, write in the live chat, Josh is brilliantly winning the Premier League. And then I will send him a good old picture of this to wind him up. So everyone do it. Everyone in the live chat, write, Josh is brilliantly winning the Premier League? ? Do that. We'll wind him up. We'll catch his reaction as well. Relegated, indeed. Burnley are relegated. Leeds got safe. And yeah, good Europa League. I'm already liking the teams in the Europa League next season. Look at this. Lazio and Roma in the Serie A. Arsenal and United in the Premier League. Union Berlin and Freiburg in the Europa League. Who do we have? French League, we've got Monaco, who, if they fail the Champions League qualifiers, they would go in it as well as Rennes. And then who do we have? Spanish, we've got Real Sociedad and Real Betis for Seville. We have got... we've got good teams. Europa League is looking great next season. So yeah, flashback long. Thank you for the support. I'm hoping we get Dybala. I am hoping as well. Totti will speak with Dybala tomorrow. I've said this many times that for people who just subscribed or are new, Totti, the biggest player in this team, will be meeting Dybala tomorrow, and he said it in an interview that we'll be trying to convince him. So very similar players, both are number 10. So let's see. We need to give Miki a 2-year contract, plus option to another year where he retires with us and later gets assistant to a director role in the club. That sounds like a good plan, Chris. Kamara looks like he's going to Villa now. Yeah, the Kamara deal. Kamara has announced that he will be leaving. I can't see him joining Roma. I can't see it happening just because I think that's one of the players which we talked about a lot, but then kind of faded away. I didn't know he was set to go to Villa, but that is interesting. Villa are building a decent team, I'll be honest. Josh is brilliantly winning the Premier League. Right, I need to take a picture of this. Let's take a picture of it. Right, there we go. I'm going to send it to him. Right, lads and lasses, I will catch you tomorrow for the preview of the most important match of this season. It is Roma Feyenoord, final in Tirana, Albania. So yeah, tomorrow we'll speak about that, predicted 11, that kind of stuff, player who are back from injuries and that stuff. And if you haven't already, smash the subscribe button. Let's try and get 5,000 subscribers as fast as possible. Also smash the like button. And follow me on Instagram over there in the yellow box at Simon AS_. Enjoy AC Milan's lifting the trophy and kind of have that good vision of us lifting it in a couple of years, hopefully. So also tonight it's a big match when it comes to relegation because Salernitana I think deserve it, and Cagliari. Both of them are playing tonight, so we'll see what happens. I'm calling Salernitana to save themselves and Cagliari to get relegated, which is big. Because seeing Cagliari's team, they are miles better than Salernitana, but Salernitana have shown spirit lately, and I think they deserve it. Real Sociedad won the Spanish league, United and Arsenal will spend a lot. Difficult Europa, but not impossible. You know what? I think it's more competitive. It's good that we face these teams. And as I always said, we might not be the best team, but lately in these late years, in every European tournament, we've been finding our ways in the latest rounds. You know, last season in the Europa League, we lost to United, but we reached the semi-finals, which is always good. So yeah, I'll catch you soon, lads. And also comment in the comments of the video the good old phrase of the day, Josh.